Hello and welcome to the show. The cold hard winter continues into March of AD 621. It's the raiding season again, and this time a Saxon church is the target. If you haven't already done so, I'd be grateful for a sub. Apart from that, let's get on with the show. And it's Lord Finbar, son of Fubar, who along with his Picts is raiding into Lord Edwin's fiefdom. And here are the Picts led by Lord Finbar, with his champion Dungal and the noble Angus, son of Fungus. They have 4 groups of raiders, 1 group of missiles, which are the crossbows, 1 group of foot skirmishers, and 1 group of raider cavalry. After their last successful raid, they also have Fergus the Houndmaster and his dogs. I'm really looking forward to getting these onto the table, and to be honest, this is probably the only reason the Picts are starting the campaign this year. Here's the Saxons, led by Lord Edwin, front and centre, with his champion Wolf here. On the right, Elf Lager, and on the left, Elf Mead. They have 2 groups of Hearthguard, 4 groups of warriors, 2 of which are 8 strong, and 1 group of missiles, which are the archers. The Saxons clearly have a lot of muscle and heavy metal, so the Picts have got to be in and out quickly on this raid. Looking at the terrain for tonight's scenario, the centre of the table is high ground, which is where the church is located. The low-lying areas are a mixture of bog, which is a medium obstacle, and rough ground, which is a minor obstacle. The hedging around the church and barn will be a medium obstacle and provide soft cover. So here is Lord Finbar's entry point. Woodland and marsh on his right, up to the high ground. Entrance to the church up here, and far distance is the Saxon entry point. Lord Edwin's entry point, not too far from the church, a little rise up into the enclosure, and across the other side of the hill, far distance, is the Picts entry point. Here are the cards for the game. The Saxons have Goad, Aggressive Charge, Carpe Diem, Step Forth, and Desperare. And the Picts, Aggressive Charge, Rage, Fleet of Foot, Fear, and Armour Bright. The Force Morale, the Saxons have 8, and the Picts only 6. The Picts' objective is the church, and they must conduct 2 successful looting tests and get off the table with the goodies. Fortunately, they rolled well and have 3 turns before the vanguard of the Saxons arrives. Let's see what happens. Okay, first turn proper then, and it's Saxon Leader 2, which is Elfmead, part of the Saxon vanguard, coming on first. Go 11. And the second group will go straight up behind. Pictish skirmishers, well, they're going to scoot straight into that church, I think, and start cracking on. They get 12. Okay, Fergus and his warhounds, he's just going to come over to the side of the church. He goes 8. Need to be careful with them, because if they're exposed they can just get run down and dispersed. Elf Lager, Scotty Leader 1, that is 14. Well, he's stuck behind Elf Mead. And all piling out. So the head start this Pictish got may be disappearing very quickly. Pictish Lord, he's going to have to come around to the flank, I think. He goes 11. And his second group,
go 14. Well, they'll again just tuck up behind. Pictish cavalry, again, they're going to come around here and see if they can start causing a bit of harassment. They go 15 plus 6 is 21. And Pictish leader 1, Angus, son of Fungus, he's going to take his 2 groups into the church complex. First group goes 8. And the second group also 8. And the Pictish missiles, there we go, 15. That's the end of the first round. Right, and straight away it is Angus. So what he's going to do is move down to the front of the church and see if he can block off the Saxon advance there. He gets 10, which is just perfect. Get the pigs out of the way. And the second group is 11. Nicely up behind. Pictish Lord, Finbar, 11 for the front group. And the second group will go 17. Well, again, they'll get stuck behind that lot, so that's no bad thing. They've got some strong, long moves. Right, Pictish missiles. They're in range, so they will fire 4, 5, 6 to hit. That is 2 hits, and it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, 1 shock on the front group. Saxon missiles are coming on now. They go 16. They got very excited. They will fire at the Pictish cavalry. 3 hits. And it's 4, 5 shock, 6 kill, no effect. These will count as warriors most of the time. Now it's Lord Edwin coming on. Again, it's a huge traffic jam, so they'll just nudge up behind. I'll just stick the other group on the back there. So that's not what the Picts wanted. Saxon leader 2 is Elfmead. Well, he'll take that point of shock off. He'll get straight at it, play aggressive charge. He'll get 13, which is more than enough. And we have our first combat. Okay, so the Saxons will have 8, 9, 10. And the Picts will have 6, 7, 8. Now both sides here are going to have a light cover, which is normally a 5, 6 to hit. But because the Saxons have a aggressive charge in the first round, they will be hitting on a 4, 5, 6. That's 4 hits. And the Picts hitting on 5, 6. 2 hits. Okay, damage on the Picts is 4 points of shock. And on the Saxons, their warriors, no effect. Okay, go again. So no change for the Saxons, it's 8, 9, 10. And the Scotty will have 6 less 2 is 4, 5, 6 for the noble. Right, it is 5, 6 to hit for the Saxons now. There is no aggressive charge, so that's not quite so good, just 2 hits. And for the Picts, 2 hits, so even Stevens there. Let's see what the damage is. On the Raiders, no effect. And on the Saxons, no effect. Okay, so they remain in contact. Alright, so the Pictish skirmishers are up. They're into the church. Next round they can start to do some pilfering. Right, Fergus and his warhounds, he's miles away at the moment, so he needs to get right up there. They go 13. Saxon leader 1, Elf Lager. Well, of course, now old Elfmead has done the dirty on him, effectively leaving a group in front of him. That's rather messed him up. I suppose he could take charge of this group, which he may well do. They're within command range. I think what he's going to tell them, well, probably going to go with them. Actually, he's going to go with these guys. They're going to try and run down the Scotty missiles here before they can do any damage. As they come across here, they'll lose 1 pip per dice here. They haven't got a bounding move, but I think it's worth doing. So that's gone. That's 3, 7 they go. And it's not enough. They get the other group to move up behind him, which they do. And the final card of the round is the Pictish cavalry. Well, they're going to act as cavalry now, as opposed to anything else, and they're going to run down the Saxon missiles. I won't bother rolling for that, and that's them dispersed. And that's the end of the round. Right, Pictish Lord, he needs to start getting around the side of the church. And go 12. And his other group also go 12. Well, that's handy. Right, Pictish missiles. What they're going to do is hop over the hedge here into the pig pen. With 2 dice, they will. It's a medium obstacle, so there'll be effect. They only go 1 each. They don't make it. Oh dear. Right. Well, they'll open fire. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 1 hit. And no effect. Oh dear. Right, we're back to Elfmead being activated, so this fight starts again. Saxons have 10. Picts have 4, 5, 6. Saxons hitting on a 5, 6. That's pretty good. 4 hits. Picts hitting on a 5, 6. That's not so good. Okay, damage on the Picts is 3 shock. So they have excess shock now. 1, 2. 3. And 1 shock on the Saxons. Okie dokie. So excess shock, they'll go back 1. And the Saxons will advance. Well, no, they don't. I'm going to say they don't. I know we got a gap here, but there's this hedge is stopping them, and they can't pile over there. I don't think, or can they? Can they pile over there and get everybody in? I don't know. I'm going to say in this instance that the terrain is stopping that happening. I could allow some of them, but they're a formation, so no, they won't. Okay, combat broken. Right, Pictish skirmishers. They're having a good old rummage now. They need a 6 to have a successful loot. No, they don't find anything this turn. Fergus. He needs to get down, I think somewhere down here, and get ready to release the dogs. He goes 12. Can't wait to get them into play. Saxon Lord, Edwin, and again he's got a problem that Elf Lager had in front of this traffic jam, so he's going to get this lot to move over here. They go 10. So that's 1. He'll get this Hearthguard to move up to the edge of the rough ground here. That's 2. Going to get a defensive formation here, and the other group will come up and join them. 12. So easily do that, even though they lose for the rough ground there. They're not a formation at the moment. Right, like the previous scenario with the Scotty, it's very congested. Everybody is piling in this area. We've got Elf Lager up now. I mean, he's not going to run these down because he's got the Picts to his front, so he needs to be a bit careful. Now what he's going to do is move this group just up here. Won't bother rolling. And tell this group to come over here, which they do. Again, they do not form up, so creating a defensive barrier. Right, Fungus, wrong. Angus, son of Fungus, here, he's got to take that shock off, really. I don't think they've got rally. No. Yeah, he's got to take 2 points of shock off. Can't afford not to. And finally, the Pictish cavalry. Well, they're just going to move over to the flank. I'm not going to bother rolling because they get 3 dice plus 6. Get them out of the way, but they can fire as skirmish cavalry. 4, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. And against elite, it's 5, 6 shocks. That's 2 shocks. That's useful. And that's the end of the turn. All right, so Pictish leader 1, old Angus is up. So I guess yeah, again, he just takes off 2 points of shock. So he's rallying the men. They're down to 3 now. The cavalry, they'll do exactly the same again. To the Hearthguard. 4, 5, 6 to hit. That is 2 hits, and it's 5, 6 shock. Well, 1 shot. Yeah, 3 again. Or 2 again, should I say. So another 3 shock. Useful. Right, the Pictish Lord. Well, he's just going to get his gang to turn around. 1, 2, and get them to join up. 3. Why not? And now it's Elf Lager, so they will join up for 1. And I think they're going to charge in, which means that these missiles will get dispersed on the way through. Right, so they're going to play aggressive charge. But the Picts are going to play fear before they get going. So a group of enemy levy or warriors who are within 6 inches of the champion weight take 1 dice 3 of shock. So that's 3 points of shock. I'm guessing, yeah, it says a group, so it's going to be this group here. Okay. Now, they'll lose 1 pip per dice for going through the rough ground, 3 inches for that. So they don't necessarily make it. But so that's 1, 4, 9, less 3 is 6. Yeah, they're okay. They're in. Missiles dispersed. Right, so I've got to remember the aggressive charge by the Saxons. Work out some numbers. The Saxons will have 14, less 1 is 13, 14, 15. And the Picts, I wanted to say Scotty, the Picts will have 12 plus 15 here, be 17. Right, Saxon first. Hitting on a 3, 4, 5, 6, because they've got the aggressive charge, which I've managed to remember, which is a fantastic hit. Look at that. So 6 on one group, 7 on Finbar's group. What's coming back? Not bad, considering they didn't have aggressive charge. So that's 5 on Elf Lager's group and 4 on the other. Okay, let's look at some damage on the left-hand Raider group. That is 3 points of shock. Finbar's group, 2 kill, 3 shock. Is one of the kills on Finbar. It is, he's wounded. Okay, bad things happen. Lord being wounded, 4. And that's 2 points, and the Picts are down to 4 already. Right, so they lost 1. Let's see what damage is coming back to the Saxons. Well, Pretty hefty there. That's 3 kill, 1 shock. And on Elf Lager's group, 2 kill, 1 shock, so they're up to 4. Here's one of the kills on Elf Lager. It's not. So that's 5 Saxons and 1 Pict. So it's net 4. So it's withdraw a minimum of 6. If excess shock, well, they've got 6 with 4 and 3 with 1. No. So they don't have to add any more shock. The Picts will advance 2. Well, that was a turn up for the books. Right. Cometh the hour, cometh the dogs. Been waiting this moment ever since I've had my little dogs here. Little hounds. So they're going to attack. So they can charge or attack any group within 12 inches, which will be these Hearthguard here. 6 dice 6, causing shock on rolls of 5 and 6. Dogs are in. See what they do. Well, that's 4 points of shock. You can't say better than that. Well, you can get 6, but that's pretty good, I thought. So they're up to 8. Right, now the other thing is they may not return to Fergus here. So on a 4, 5, 6 they do. 1, 2, 3 they run away. Oh look, they run away. Oh, all that excitement. They've done a good job, but they've run off. Never to be seen again. Old Fergus will go trotting after them. Almost anticlimactic. Right, however, the Hearthguard actually have excess shock, so they've got to go back 2 now. Like so. Okay, Picts skirmishers, how they're getting on with the plunder. Right, so that's 1 successful plunder. They've got to do 2. Saxon Lord. Right, well he's got to get this lot sorted out, so he'll take off 2 points of shock here and I'll get that group to form up with them. And final card of the round is Elf Mead. Right, now he can get in. I'm going to worry about rolling for this because they've only just got to go over the hedge there. Bully their way in. I'll take that point of shock off before he goes. And it's 8, 9, 10 for the Saxons. And the Picts will have 6, less 1 is 5, 7, 8 for the noble. Okay, Saxons first. Hitting on a 4, 5, 6 now. There is no hedge in the way. That's a very good hit. And coming back is 2. Right, damage on the Picts. 1 shock. Oh dear. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. What are the Picts doing to the 1 shock? So, wow, look at that. There we go again. A 10 again for the Saxons. The Picts will have 4, 5, 6. And again, that's a good hit. And 3 for the Picts. Coming back to the Saxons. One kill, 1 shock. Right, is the kill on old Angus? It's not. So 1 Pict dies. And coming back on the Saxons is 1 shock and 2 kill. Is the kill on the noble it is. Noble wounded. Elfmead takes a wound. One warrior dies. Bad things happen for the noble being wounded. He's a 5, which is 1 point, and the Saxons are down to 7. So, net 0. Any excess shock? No, and no, surprisingly. I thought the Scotty might well have one there. So that combat continues for the moment. And that's the end of the round. So I forgot to move the uncommanded Saxon group, which I've just done now, and they've moved over to Lord Edwin's formation here. They're not joined up. Right, so straight up again is Angus. So this one starts again. So you've got 5, less 2 is 3, 4, 5 for the Picts, and 7 less 1 is 6, 7 for the Saxons. All right, Saxons first. Oh dear, only 2. And 3 hits coming back. Oh, 3 hits coming back from the Picts. All of the damage on the Picts is another point of shock, so that's excess shock. And on the Saxons, 2 kill, 1 shock. To kill. Right, is that wound on the noble? It's not. So 1, 2. Right, so it's net 2. Fall back 1 inch for each point of shock. So I'll go back 3. And these guys will go back 1. They can't go back 1 because they're behind, so they'll go over here and they'll put a point of shock on that group. Okay. All right, skirmishers in the church. Nope. All right, it's the Pictish Lord. So he will. Oh, he's only got 2 command initiatives. Oh, I need to be careful here. Okay, right. He'll take off a point of shock. He will play Copy Dim and Aggressive Charge. So it'll be an extra 2 dice because he's going in for the kill with these guys here. He'll lose 3 dice. Wrong, 3 inches of movement. So they go 6 inches, which is more than enough. So they're in. Let's work out some dice. So the Saxons will have 3, 7, 8, 9. The Picts will have 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Right, Saxons first. We're hitting on 4, 5, 6s. That is a good roll. That's 3 dice on each, or 3 hits on each. And the Picts are hitting on 3s. That's 5 on each group. Right, so left-hand Pict group, what's happening to them? That's 1 point of shock. I think that's on 4. Bimbar's group, 2 points of shock. They're also on 4. It's not going well for the Saxons, this, is it? Right, Elflager's group. That is 1 point of shock, up to 5 and 2 kills. Is Elflager one of them? He is. Another noble wounded. Oh, this is getting critical. Right, bad things happen. 2, that's no effect for a noble being wounded. Just as well from the Saxon perspective. Alright, on the other group warriors, it is 2 kill and 3 shock. So that little chap is up to 4. And it's net 3. Oh dear. Oh dear, I knew it was a bad move to move them there. Right, net 3 is withdraw minimum of 6. So he goes back 6. He's going to rout. Away he goes. Bad things happen for a warrior group going. Is 3. That's 2 points, and the Saxons are down to 5. Not good. Right, the other group also withdraw minimum of 6. Yeah. So go back here. But they don't have excess shock, which is very lucky for that group there. So I guess they can just interpenetrate, and they got away with that. Have the Saxons, certainly that group there. Now, this group has to roll to see if they charge off. 4 or less than they do. Away they go. 2 dice 6. They go 4. Well, that's handy. It's not too far. Finbar's group goes up 2. And that is the end of the combat. Saxon leader 2, Elf Mead. I think he ought to take off a point of shock. He knows he's got Picts behind him, but he's still got enemy to the front, so he can't ignore them. Right, Saxon Lord. He's got to take on Finbar here, I think. So I think he gets them to join up for 1. They take a point of shock off here for 2, and then get his formation to come in and hit Finbar. So he'll lose 5 inches of movement and 1 pip per dice because they're wheeling through the rough ground here. So it's, although it's only a very short distance, he might not actually get there. So he loses 1. That's 4 and 4, so that's 8. At least 5 is 3, so that's fine. He just about gets there. And Edwin will go with the warrior group there. Okay. So combat. Now I know it says they sort of wrap around, but I'm going to say this Hearthguard unit can't, or group can't, so he's just got this lot here. So it's 6, 12, 13 for elite, plus 5 here is 18 for the Saxons. And the Picts will have 5 less 2 is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Saxon first. Hitting on 4, 5, 6. That's all on Finbar's group. I don't think that's going to go well for the Picts. And coming back is 3 hits. No, that's not good. Right, damage is 1 kill and 3 shock. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Is that kill on Finbar? Roll that again. No, it's not. So 1 Pict is dead. 2 on the warriors. 1 kill, 1 shock. Is that kill on Lord Edwin? No. And on the Hearthguard, no effect. So net 0. Okay, so Raiders always withdraw when they've got excess shock. They've got 4 with 7, so they go back 3. And the Saxons advance 2. Combat ended. Saxon leader 1, old Elf Lager. You can only really take 1 point of shock off there. Bit hopeless. Now, Pictish cavalry are going to be a bit sneaky here now. They're going to move around the corner, side here, and then attack these guys here. So it's 2 dice 6 plus 4. So it's 7, 11. Four, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. And it's 4, 5, 6 shot. Cocky. Okay, 1 point of shock. That's a pretty good move. End of the turn. So we can see at the moment there's a bit of a standoff here with the two groups of Picts and the Saxons at the gate of the church. The skirmishers have done 1 successful plunder so far. They need to do another one. There's a routed group of Saxon warriors in the back. These are heavily shocked. Lord Edwin's trying to get his gang together here. He's done reasonably well, and Finbar's looking a bit dodgy. But these Raider cavalry looking quite useful around the back now. So yeah, it's quite in the balance. Alright, Saxon leader 2. Well, he's got 2 points of shock. He's only got 1 command initiative, so I think he's got to charge in. They're going to play a strong arm. So first of all, it's 2 dice to see if they get that. -2. So it's a gamble. They're going to go 5. Oh, they don't move. They don't move. Well, I suppose they can they still play their strong arm? Well, I think it said that if you're within 6 inches and you make your charge, then you can. I know they didn't actually move, but they were already there and they were going, so I'm going to allow them to do that. So every 5 and 6 is a point of shock. So it's 2 points of shock on the Picts there, so that takes them up to 3. Dear. Saxon leader 1, he's just useless at the moment. He'll take a point of shock off. Right, Pictish Lord is up. I did have a mess about with these guys to try and get them withdraw, but he's only got 2 command initiatives, and that leaves himself very exposed. So what he's going to do is he can't afford to, he can't afford to stay around. So he's going to see. I don't think he can do this. He can't turn his back on the enemy. Surely this close to them. Don't know. Or perhaps he's just going to run away. So. Yeah, okay, so they go 15. So here he is, Lord Finbar. He's run away effectively and put his back towards the enemy, which is not very courageous, but he's already been wounded, so I don't guess he's got to worry about that too much. Right, Pictish cavalry, again, 4, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. 2 shock, so they're on 6, and that is excess, so they go back 1. Right, Saxon Lord's up. He is going to attack this lot in the rear, so he's going to break them off and turn them for 1. 2, attack from rear. He's playing a Carpe Diem, and that is +1 to hit and +1 on damage, so the Picts will have 4 dice. The Saxons will have 5, +5 is 10. Okay, hitting on 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a crunching hit. And the return is just 2. No, 1. And these are +1. So 5s become 6s. And that becomes 3 and that becomes 4. So it's 2 shock and 3 kill. Excess shock, they go minimum 6. They rout. Another 7. Do these guys follow up? Well, hold on. I need to see if there's any damage done to the Saxons. No, there wasn't. Do they follow up? No, they've only got 1 shock. And Lord Edwin can control that one anyway. So bad things happen for a raider group running away is 1. And the Picts are down on 3. Right, Pictish skirmishers, they need 1 more successful roll for the plunder. And then perhaps the Picts can extract themselves. And there we have it. They've got a successful plunder. Well, now they've got to go for the table. Pictish leader 1. Well, I guess they just run away. They haven't got to worry about shock because they're running away from the enemy. So first group, wow, they've gone pretty well. 16. But again, I keep forgetting it's 1 to turn around and 1 to move. So you left that lot on their own. That's the end of the turn. Right, Pictish cavalry. Well, they're surrounded by Saxons at the moment, but I think they've got a good chance just to finish this lot off. They can always evade. Why not? So 4, 5, 6 to hit. 2 hits. And 4, 5, 6, another shock. They go back 2. Saxon leader 1. I think he just goes for it. He'll lose 2 dice, 2 inches, sorry. That's not a problem, goes 10. So charges through there and traps the Picts for a combat. So they will have, actually, not a particularly large number. They'll have 4, 5, and the Picts are on 5. Alright, Saxons first. 1 hit. This is going to be disastrous, isn't it? 3 hits coming back. Right. What damage do the Saxons do on the Picts? They get 1 shock. So they're on 4. And the Picts do, that was 4 there. So it's 2 points of shock. They go to 4 and 1 kill. Here we go. Is it on Elfmead? No, it's not. Oh, that's lucky. So 1 kill. So withdraw if excess shock. No, there is no excess shock. So they go again. Saxons will have 2, 3, and Picts will have 4. Right, Saxons. 2 hits. Picts. 3 hits. Right, damage on the Picts first. 1 shock, though up to 5, but there's 6 of them. There's no kills on their side. And damage on the Saxons is 1 kill, 1 shock. So they're up to 5 shock, that's excess. And 1 kill. Is it on Elfmead? It's not. That chap's stuck in there. So 1, net 1. Withdraw if excess shock. Yes, they have 2 excess shocks, so they go back 2 inches. And I guess the the Picts follow up 2 inches. Rearguard action. Skirmishers, got the plunder, they're off. They go 13. Pictish leader 1, Fergus. Actually, I think he's just going to be sensible and take off 2 points of shock. No point in getting everybody off and having nobody to protect anybody else. Pictish Lord, he'll take 1 point of shock off and move 11. Right, Saxon Lord, I think what he does is go with this group here and try and chase after them as quick as he can. So he goes 12. He'll have taken a point of shock off these guys before he went. And Saxon leader 2 will just take a point of shock off there. Okay, next round, and Saxon Lord's up again. He's got an opportunity. Here's 9. chasing after the raider scum. Saxon leader 1, again he'll just take point of shock off. What I did forget to do at the end of last round, as always, is move the uncommanded groups, so they'll all start to make a move now. They go 4. These guys will go, well, they'll lose 1 pip per dice, so they go 11 less 4 is 7. No way of taking shock off, so they're going to be pretty slow. Skirmishers with the plunder. They go 7. Pictish Lord, I think he just needs to get out the way now and leg it. Don't want to do anything silly like fight Lord Edwin. He goes 14. He's going to go over this way. Pictish Cavalry. Well, actually, no, they can't attack these because they're in combat. So, yeah, they might just go and harass these guys here. So they will do. So that's 3 hits. Oh, look at that. 3 shock. So 1, 2, 3. So they'll move away 1 inch, which actually moves them towards the Picts, I suppose. Pictish leader 1, well, now he's going to move. He goes 11. Well, I'll take a point of shock off before he moves. And then the final card of the round is Elfmead, who's stuck in this combat, doesn't really want to be there because he has now won 2 dice. The Picts will have 4. It's 2 hits, so that's pretty good from them. And 2 hits. Damage on the Picts is 1 point of shock. And many kills, really. Certainly not on the Pict side. That's 1 point of shock. Oh, look at that. They go up to 6. So it's excess shock. They go back 3. And they're routing. They go 8. So bad things happen. 5. Saxon's on 3 force morale. Now, interestingly, the Picts are on 6. They cannot stop themselves from following up. So they follow up 2 dice and they go 4. Well, that's probably just as well they didn't go too far there by them. End of the turn. Pictish Lord is up. He's taken a point of shock. There's a whopping 17. Saxon leader 1, well, yeah, he can't really do anything. I'll take a point of shock off. Alpha Lager just sort of stuck there milling about. Pictish skirmishers, well, away they go 10. They're going to go around this way. They're nearly off the table. Pictish leader 1, Angus, 7. Saxon leader 2, well, he can detach. So where's he going to go? I suppose he's going to go over to this group here, which he does. He's only got 1 command initiative. We'll take them away. Saxon Lord Edwin, is he seeing his church's plunder disappear? Can he get them back? Look, he's Go 9. It's not enough, is it? It's not enough. And a Pictish cavalry. I'll tell you what they're going to do. They're going to keep firing at these Hearthguard. They might be able to get them to break. 3 hits. 2 shock. They're up to 9 shock. That's 3 excess. Away they go 3. So they're being chased now, harried by the skirmish cavalry. End of the turn. Well, Pictish cavalry, they're doing a bit of a number here. They're going to move up again and fire again at the Hearthguard. Hearthguard just don't know what's hitting them at the moment, literally. Ooh, 3 hits. Another point of shock. They're up to 10, so they go 4 inches. Excess shock. Pictish skirmishers, they go 14, and that is them off the table, and the Picts have successfully raided the church. So there we have it. In this long campaign, that was actually the first successful raid we've had, in that the objective was achieved and the raiding group managed to get away with the goodies and the plunder. And the Saxons were desperately left trying to chase them, with Lord Edwin with one group of Hearthguard, and the remainder looking pretty poor and pathetic at the front side of the church here, with lots of shock. I probably should have moved that last group of Picts by the church gate there as an uncommanded group, but there we go. So, well done the Picts. Good raid.
Yes, a good raid by the Picts, and they seem to be doing pretty well as a raiding force. It would be interesting to play with them full time, as opposed to just a cameo appearance every now and again. With respect to numbers, the Picts lost 6 raiders killed and Lord Finbar was wounded. And the Saxons lost 14 warriors killed, which are moderate losses. The Picts were light. So for the Picts, that was a successful raid, and as I said earlier, the only successful raid in that the objective was achieved before another warband's force morale collapsed. Anyway, so that's +2, -1 for own troops killed, +2 for enemy troops killed, and the Picts actually had +3 for the pursuit cards, giving them a net total of +6. So that's an immediate replacement of the troops that were killed. They can upgrade one group to the next highest level, and I think they're going to go for the Raider Cavalry being upgraded to Noble Raider Cavalry, and they gain a Thief's Horde in Plunder. The Saxons' losses are replaced in 2 months' time, i.e. in May. So there we go, that was all a good bit of fun. The next game or scenario will take place in May, where it will be the Scotty against the Saxons. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.